Sagicor Bank, supporting businesses with guidance and services to create the recipe for success. The time by Sagicor Bank is 7.
Coming up in CVM News at 7, new man at the money helm. Langren takes charge at BOJ. Teachers face critical wage decision as new school year looms. Fiscal alarm. Robinson questions state of government finances. Not going anywhere. McGregor predicts PNP victory in next general local elections. Westmoreland weary, hurricane recovery lags. In business news, there's small biz, big dreams, and later on, we'll have sports. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 from Monday, August 17, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Brian Langren has been appointed to lead the Bank of Jamaica, succeeding Richard Biles, whose 7-year term ends this week. The appointment, effective August 19, was made by the Governor General in Council following what was deemed a competitive search process that began in April. Dr. Langren, a career economist with more than 2 decades of experience in central banking and financial stability, has held senior roles at the BOJ, and he has served as a financial stability advisor at the Caribbean Regional Technical Assistance Center, CARTAC, the IMF's administered regional body advising central banks across the region. Finance Minister Favour Williams says Dr. Langren's leadership will strengthen Jamaica's monetary policy as the country navigates a rapidly changing global economy. She reaffirmed the government's commitment to the independence of the Bank of Jamaica and the continuity of sound financial policies. Dr. Langren, who holds a PhD in economics from Pennsylvania State University, says he is honored to serve at this pivotal moment. He pledged to preserve the bank's credibility, keep inflation low and stable, and advance financial system modernization for the benefit of all Jamaicans. He succeeds Richard Biles, who steered monetary policy through the COVID-19 pandemic, global inflation shocks, and 2 major hurricanes. Biles also oversaw the BOJ's transition to statutory independence and the launch of Jamdex, Jamaica's central bank digital currency. Minister Williams thanked him for his service, noting he leaves the bank stronger and more independent. With the start of the new school year just 3 weeks away, the threat of a teacher's wage dispute is looming over the return to the classroom. Jamaica Teachers Association President Mark Malava says the union is now prepared to put the Finance Ministry's latest wage offer before its highest decision-making forum, setting the stage for a critical decision by the nation's teachers. Natasha Williams reports.
The outgoing JTA boss, Mark Malava, is adamant the teachers' union will not back from efforts to secure value for teachers and their students.
We're almost as old as Jamaica's independence. So we will only die if Jamaica dies. That is the reality. Our position has remained clear. Negotiations cannot simply be about figures on the page. They must also be about equity, fairness, dignity, and proper valuation of the teaching profession. And we have insisted that the classroom teacher must be given pride of place.
Malava stressed that with that level of determination, the JTA received a new wage offer from the government.
I therefore formally confirm this morning that the Jamaica Teachers Association has received a new offer from the government. That offer will be dealt with here at conference. Delegates will have the opportunity to examine it carefully, consider what has been achieved, determine what remains outstanding, if any. Through the democratic processes of this association, we will decide what our formal response will be.
The JTA boss was speaking on Monday at the 62nd staging of the Jamaica Teachers Association's annual conference in Trelawney. The event will also see President-elect Lasagna Harrison being sworn in this evening. President Malava, in making his final speech, reminded the incoming president of the union's purpose and the need to move with the times.
The Jamaica Teachers Association does not belong to a president, a secretary general, a committee, or a general council. It belongs to the teachers of Jamaica. The education landscape is changing rapidly. Technology is changing. Artificial intelligence, Madam PE is changing. Teaching is changing teaching and learning. The challenges facing us and our schools are also changing. The JTA must therefore be prepared to evolve. We must be progressive, and we must move with alacrity.
Natasha Williams, CVM News.
Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson's raising red flags over the state of the government's finances. He's warning of mounting fiscal pressures at a time when many Jamaicans are already feeling the squeeze. He says the numbers are cause for serious concern. Crystal Williams has the details.
Opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, says the latest Ministry of Finance report shows tax collections are $28.6 billion below target, raising questions about how government intends to close the revenue gap. Robinson says the government's handling of the economy has been too slow, with the pace of recovery failing to meet the hand.
We have had 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, which means we are in a recession. We are likely to have a 3rd quarter of negative growth. And the main reason why the economy continues to flounder, we knew we had Hurricane Melissa, which would have triggered at least 1 part. But the very slow pace of recovery by the government is what is contributing to get negative growth. It is taking too long, particularly for those who are in the affected parishes in the West, to get the assistance so that they can get back on their feet.
The Shadow Finance Minister is also questioning the government's fiscal position, pointing to what he says is a widening gap between projected and actual revenue.
The latest report coming out of the Ministry of Finance showed that we had a shortfall of $28.6 billion in tax revenues. $28.6 billion. Now the only way that can be solved is by the government reducing expenditure to meet the revenue shortfall. Or they may have to take money from the capital budget, which quite frankly, we have underspent for the last 5 or 6 years. And the capital budget is necessary to drive the economic growth.
And Robinson says the government's shortcomings have been particularly evident in its response to those still grappling with the fallout from Hurricane Melissa.
None of us have control over natural disasters, but what government has control over is how quickly we recover, and they are failing at the pace of recovery. Businesses that have been affected, small businesses, so far have received no assistance in the affected parishes. So you must expect that you will have a shortfall in tax revenues if you haven't provided the support to those businesses that have been most affected.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
Member of Parliament and opposition spokesman on Land and Works, Lothan Cousins, is demanding immediate public disclosure of the court order that permitted the recent pre-dawn demolition exercise in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. The People's National Party is advising all parties impacted outside the strict parameters of the historical order to immediately seek independent legal counsel. Crystal Williams has more.
The PNP is demanding the public release of the court order authorizing the controversial pre-dawn demolition exercise in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. Opposition spokesperson on Land and Works, Lothan Cousins, referenced the civil procedure rules, which state that a court order cannot be enforced after 6 years without the expressed permission of the court.
If this order expired without lawful extension, the state is exposed to serious liability and someone must answer for it. The original Court of Appeal ruling applies strictly to 99 identified residents. That order is not a blank check.
He says outside of the 99 named persons who were aware that they would experience displacement, every person who was displaced should seek legal advice immediately. He further cautioned state agents, including bailiffs and members of the police force.
If the bailiff and the police enforced an expired order, the state is liable and affected residents can and should claim damages because the act was unlawful. I am calling on the bailiff and the state authorities to produce this order now.
In the meantime, opposition spokesperson on information and public communication, Nikisha Burchell, says even though the government did not give the order for the houses to be demolished, it still had a responsibility to try to help the residents.
Apparently, the state had enough warning to organize police before dawn, but not enough warning to organize housing, HAJ, social workers, or somewhere for the people to sleep. Then afterwards, tents, relief supplies, sympathy. Good. Help the people, but don't confuse response with representation.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
You're watching CVM News at 7. More after these.
Before the first patty is baked, they are hands that grow what we need. For Jamaica, by Jamaicans. Through every season and challenge, they built with us. They believed. To every farmer, thank you.
Top up online instead. I beg you top up online instead. Don't bother hold up the lane and waste people time. Beg you top up online instead. Download the Mighty Tag app and have fun to your T-Tag. Anytime, anywhere, any amount I can spare. Just top up online instead. Tell us work hard for you. Nobody give them more work for you. Don't hold up them time. Just top up online. Beg you top up online instead. Get entrip in the tag and free. That's why you have money for dash way. No join the manual line. Top up online. Beg you top up online instead. If the Mighty Tag up it a hurt up your head. Hey, top up with WhatsApp instead. Send a one text 355-3336. Beg you top up online instead.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Still in the local news, a combination of technology, targeted policing and community partnerships are being credited for a sharp reduction in crime in the Kingston Central Police Division. Murder is down by half so far this year, with police saying a multi-pronged approach is helping to keep the streets safer. More in this report from Giovanni Hamilton.
In Kingston Central, the crime figures are moving in the right direction. Murder has been cut by 50% so far this year, a decline police attribute to targeted operations, technology and closer community ties. From CCTV cameras to rapid response and other initiatives such as Operation Blade, the police say technology is giving them a clearer view.
We realized that our CCTV cameras
are very essential in capturing incidents across the space. And we realize that these also assist us in our investigative processes. So we do rely on the technology and are making very good usage of the technology available to us. Hence, you will see the clearance rate, especially for our murders in Kingston Central, at a very high level.
Commanding officer for the Kingston Central Division, Superintendent Mishka Forbes, says the strategy goes beyond enforcement, with several measures working together to drive the decline.
So the focused deterrent strategy is one such that we employ, right? While we are not seeing a lot of the gang violence, we do have the interpersonal conflicts that we realize that can contribute significantly to our murder tally within the Kingston Central Division. And so our focus has been on getting rid of the offensive weapons.
Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Michael Phipps, also credits community engagement for helping to drive the decline.
And I tell you, Kingston Central is now a changed place. But the truth is, we could not have done it without the existence of Project STAR and other community leaders who have assisted us in our quest. And of course, our JDF partners who work within the zone of special operations.
Javoni Hamilton, CVM News.
Months after Hurricane Melissa battered western parishes, Westmoreland is still reeling. Schools are in ruins, families waiting, and recovery crawling at a pace the mayor warns is far too slow. We hear more now from this report. And we'll have that story for you right after these. Thank you so much, but we return to that story promised in Westmoreland, where the mayor is insisting the pace of recovery is much too slow.
More assistance is needed in Westmoreland. That's according to Mayor Danry Delancey, who says some residents are still struggling to recover. Speaking at the Labour Talks Roadshow on Monday, the mayor expressed while some residents have been helping themselves, others are still in need.
They need more assistance from government. I must admit that a few persons have been assisted, but by and large, there's a vast number of persons that have not benefited as yet from any assistance from the state, through the state. People have been assisted mainly so far by service organizations and family members.
With the reopening of schools just weeks away, Mayor Delancey says there has not been any progress on rebuilding schools that were damaged and demolished.
In terms of education, I was just on the phone with a principal. She was complaining, and rightfully so, that the scheduled reopening of school is just a few weeks away. But yet, her school, as well as a number of other schools, we have not seen any form of repairs taking place as yet. I did an interview recently at another place, and I was saying that for the schools up in my division, some of them we have seen where the old unusable structures have now been demolished, but not any real form of rebuilding has started as yet. And
The mayor also says there has been no correspondence between the community and the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, about assistance for the community.
As a local authority here in Westmoreland, we have not seen any consultation as far as NARA is concerned. And I'm also concerned that with all this vast amount of work to be done, I'm concerned whether or not NARA will be able to handle it in a timely manner. But consultation, none.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
Meanwhile, more than 30,000 jobs have been affected since Hurricane Melissa, with the informal sector accounting for more than half of those workers. The Labor Ministry is now working to fix things. More in this report.
State Minister for Labour and Social Security, Donovan Williams, says training is needed for young people to access emerging sectors within the labour force. He was speaking at the Labour Talks Roadshow in Westmoreland on Monday.
There are various sectors that are emerging, fledgling sectors. Some have matured, and they provide quite an opportunity for our young people, and I mentioned them earlier. And I was saying that it is important that, in our role as leaders, that we try to educate our young people to access training, because these new emerging job opportunities, they require training and educate and information. So we have to play our role in advising our people.
This, as Chief Technical Director in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Gillian Cordes, explains more than 30,000 jobs have been affected since Hurricane Melissa.
The passage of Hurricane Melissa would have caused a fallout in our labour market, and this fallout in labour market has affected over 30,000 jobs in the formal sector. But do you know how many workers overall have been affected? Because Jamaica has an informal sector of over 56.1% of our labour force. So we have had 506,209 workers, it is estimated, have been affected by the passage of Hurricane Melissa. And those workers are working both in the formal and the informal sector.
She says more than half of these workers belong to the informal sector, adding this is an opportunity for informal sectors to formalize.
Common laborer, they are being paid $3,000 a day. Mr. MP, have you heard that? Have you? Talk up loud, man. Thank you. Like you in the House of Representatives. Now, everybody knows that 3,000 cannot even buy your food. So how it is that you can work for an entire day for $3,000 when you hear that the project for the rebuilding of a particular school is in excess of $1 billion. Do the math. And until and unless we begin to address the inequities that exist in the labor market, then the riot of Rome will always be a painful reminder of what disgruntled and dissatisfied workers can do and will do.
Meanwhile, Custos Reverend Canon Hartley Perring insists inequalities in the labour market must be addressed to reduce disparities among workers. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Here now is Kevin Black with another Small Biz, Big Dreams.
Says training is needed for young people.
This time on Small Biz, Big Dreams, we went across the map to find a place that has an auto app. This is Small Biz, Big Dreams. For the past 15 years, Opel Auto has been serving Jamaica's automotive industry. Now, the business has taken a digital turn with the launch of Mechanic Connect in February 2026, an app designed to link customers with reputable garages across the island.
We started out as a retailer, Opel Auto. That's the foundation of where we started out with retail sales of general service parts. And when I came out of corporate and decided to join my husband, it's a family business, we saw the need to digitalize the auto industry and our business, get everything online. So we wanted to invite mechanics to join and be in one marketplace where they can compete with their ratings and their service and what they offer to customers.
Of course, when you're just starting a business, you're faced with challenges of coming up with financing. Starting a business, banks are not going to easily give you loans to start up a business. So you have to tap into your personal resources to come up about and start the business.
To help build trust between customers and service providers, the platform also features a rating system that allows users to review garages and mechanics after each job. They say this encourages accountability while making it easier for customers to find top-rated service providers.
In terms of persons being able to connect with reputable and responsible garages and mechanics, here we have a rating system where once you as a customer go on the app, uses the app, after you finish using the app and using the product and services, you will be able to rate the service. Once you log on to the app, you will see, the first thing you will see is the top rated garages and mechanics.
So that's what you see when you open. You can sign in either with Google or with your preferred email. So the garage will pop up, you choose the garage have services there, you choose the services and you can book directly. This is roadside, puncture tire, run out of gas, whatever you put in there, and you get to confirm where you are. Right.
Good for emergencies.
Good for emergencies.
Right. Despite hurdles faced, the couple remains committed to growing the platform and encouraging other aspiring entrepreneurs to pursue their ideas with confidence and determination.
You have to be committed to the cause because, as I said, starting a business is not easy. So you have to do it like your life depends on it. So you have to be in it to win it.
So it's Mechanic Connect JA, and we have a WhatsApp business that's 876-470-3144. We have another contact number 876-342-0452, and we are always there to assist.
Next week, we'll rise another business enterprise. But until then, for Small Biz, Big Dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
We take a break. Stay with us.
Much cheaper toll rates on Transjam highways with a T-Tag until October 31st. Ready to get your T-Tag today? Good news! T-Tag packages are discounted by 50%, down to $1,250 until September 30th. The package includes $500 toll credit that you can use right away. Get your T-Tag today from any manually operated toll booth on Transjam highways or Rubis gas station on the Portmore toll road.
School expenses adding up? Get ready for school with Chris and Charles. From July 9 to August 31, enjoy a low interest rate on loans of $1.5 and $2 million. Plus, get 25% off the processing fee on loans of $1 million Jamaican dollars and above. You could also qualify for one of 50 Ready for School grants worth 60,000 Jamaican dollars each. Visit your nearest Chris and Charles branch or www.chrisandcharles.com for details. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Conditions apply.
I'm me, the stylist, no scammer, no style me.
From the market to the farm to the office, money talk is everywhere. But are you making sense or nonsense? The Bank of Jamaica brings you common sense with BOJ. Real stories, real laughs, and real lessons to help you protect, grow, and manage your money. Mattress savings.
At least my mattress. You charge me to sleep on it.
Partner plan.
Remember last year we needed our payouts early? But Miss Pam gave it to her cousin first.
Or a sketchy loan flyer.
Electrifying deals.
See why making the right financial choices is pure common sense. Brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, empowering everyday Jamaicans one episode at a time.
Grandpa, it's 2026. You can't keep hiding all your money in every single pocket forever.
KFC Summer Bucket. This KFC bucket deal has you thinking chicken. Get the Summer Bucket for $4,700.
The time by KFC is
7:30.
Welcome back. We're still in the local segment. East Kingston and Port Royal Member of Parliament Philip Polwell says residents in the community along the Burger Gully are to be relocated due to persistent flooding. Polwell was speaking on Sunday at his annual constituency conference held at the Vauxhall High School. He says urgent measures are needed to address the flooding and protect residents who are repeatedly affected. More in this report from Matthew Wright.
Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, Philip Polwell, says persistent flooding affecting the community along the Burger Gully during periods of heavy rainfall has prompted plans to relocate the residents living closest to the gully.
Every time we have a large rainfall, we see significant flooding. I have been able to meet with the community and convince them of the wisdom in relocation. So there is a plan now for those who are closest to the gully bank to be relocated.
One of the residents from the affected community says every time it rains, the gully overflows, prompting her to create makeshift walls at home to prevent the water from flowing in.
Always happens the first time it happens?
All the while, anytime the gully come over.
Oh. So the gully come over, they say you have to leak out a part and...
Yeah, down at the back of the yard.
No, you have to go around there,
Oh, yeah, man.
So you have to use this now, this is one now?
Yeah, me have to use some, they call it, the grabber them, to back out the water.
Okay.
Meanwhile, MP Polwell added that the government remains committed to addressing the challenges and improving conditions for those affected.
But we want to provide lands so that the government under the Hope program can do tenements, 4-story high apartment complexes to enable people who are suffering now, who have to endure these conditions of flooding to have proper accommodations. And I've already exchanged with the minister our commitment to work. I've already had.
Matthew Wright, CVM News. Member of Parliament for...
We now turn to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. Regional meteorological stakeholders are joining those responsible for disaster management in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for 2 workshops this week. TTT Live has the details.
Alert protocol, or CAP as it is known, is essentially a standardized way of creating and sharing emergency warnings. The important thing is that one authoritative warning can be distributed through many channels, through the television, through radio, through websites, social media, mobile phones, and other platforms. And so for the Caribbean, where we face multiplicity of hazards, the CAP helps us to get consistent and trusted information to people quickly, wherever they are.
Now to news in France, where over 670,000 French taxpayers are being notified after their personal and tax information was stolen and allegedly offered online. Authorities warned the data could be used for scams and identity fraud, while the nation's prime minister is holding a meeting on digital security of government institutions. France 24 reports.
They sell this information on to scammers. Then the scammers can call you saying it's time to pay your taxes and pretend they're from the Ministry of Finance. Or they could send emails saying that they need further information, including your bank details.
No, I didn't know about it. I'm hearing it from you. I'm not surprised as I received notice of fines, but I didn't understand how that could happen as I don't live in France.
And finally, a dozen people were killed and at least 10 were seriously injured after a Polish bus carrying 57 pilgrims veered off a motorway in eastern Hungary. More from Reuters.
In a Facebook post, the Prime Minister of Hungary said the bus had run into a ditch and tipped over at around 1 a.m.
I was talking on a phone with a friend back in Poland, and suddenly, boom, the bus just tipped over. It rolled, and I hit my head. But I was conscious enough to know what had happened, because all the seats were ripped out. People were under the seats.
According to police, preliminary information suggested that the driver likely fell asleep. They added that the driver was being taken into custody.
And that's it for regional and international news. I'm Carla Ramdeen.
We take a break. Sports is next.
In business, you only get one chance to make a first impression. A poor hygiene experience can quickly escalate to a PR nightmare. Don't let this be your business. Upgrade with Initial Hygiene. Our smartly engineered hygiene solutions aren't just robust. They're designed to complement your space and brand while maintaining the strictest hygiene standards. And our contract service ensures that your consumables are always stocked, giving you one less thing to worry about. Initial Hygiene, your trusted partners in professional hygiene.
Time to get this party started.
Cricket, 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 played, 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 played.
Louder,
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 louder, louder, louder, louder.
Come to the biggest party in sport and be part of the action. Get your tickets at the local box office or at cplt20.com. Watch it live on Rush Live and Louder, the home of cricket in the Caribbean.
It's how we play.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
And that's a guan pa. What a guan?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.